How are we all tonight? Are we good?
Yeah!
Good. I'm good too. I mean, I donated blood the other day, and donating blood's a very easy thing to do, because the NHS will tell you when and where they're in your area. And all you have to do is go into your local community centre, or wherever it is they're hosting it, go up to the front desk and speak to the nurse. And for the purpose of this routine, I will, from time to time, be referring to nurses as treacles, because they're like pudding. Extremely fat. And what the treacle will do is give you a form and a booklet, and tell you to go down the seating area provided. And on the form is full of the normal routine questions, like, have you ever contracted an STD? No. Have you ever done drugs? No. Have you ever paid for sex? Yet to find someone who's cheap enough? You know, routine. I don't know if it's in here, by the way. Man. And the booklet is full of like interesting statistics, like, did you know that women can donate blood up to 3 times a year, and men up to 4. Now I would get more, but of course Dad wants to know where I got it from. It also states in there that only 4% of Brits donate blood each year, and that figure could be raised if a little thing like consent didn't get in the way. And as you're reading through the booklet, you get people coming to sit down by you, and you take one look at them and think, if I got your blood, I'd sue. You look like you've been dragged through a nettle bush, and that's on a good day. Did you think, oh no, I'm going to donate blood today, better make an effort and make myself look pretty? Well, here's a tip, try harder. But eventually, you get talking to these people, and you find out why they're donating. And there's one woman donates because she says it gives her a good feeling on the inside. And that made me think, I wonder if that's the same reason why Madonna buys African kids. I, on the other hand, donate blood because I think if you can give something, you should give it. Although that rule doesn't always work. People seem to get really angry when I throw my spunk in their face. Eventually, though, you get called over to give blood. Now, when I first gave blood, they had these blue beds, but now they've got these funky new chairs.
And what? Blue?
What? They're not blue?
No, they're still blue.
They're still blue?
Yeah.
What ones have you been going to?
Oh, well, the last one was about 2 months ago, but they're still blue.
No.
Is that giving blood or giving the other side?
I'm sorry,
are we on the chat show? Were you going shopping at Dreams by any chance? You thought it was just blood?
No, I buy online, mate. It's not cheap.
Well, anyway, the ones I went to, they're giving them to Africa, and they've got now these funky new chairs. And the reason they're giving them to Africa is because they're not up to our standards, but it's up to African standards. And in all fairness, Africa can't really complain what we give them. In fact, the only time they did was when we sent Nick Knowles over to film Live Aid. I mean, haven't they suffered enough? Some of you are thinking, no, fuck it, let's send Jeremy Carr as well. But what the nurse will then do is try and search for a vein. Now, on some people it's harder to find than others. And obviously, Nick Clegg, it's impossible because he lacks one. Now, once the needle's in, the machine gets to work. You're there for about 10 and 15 minutes. And there is fuck all that you can do. So what you end up doing is watching other people donate blood. And that could be like watching an episode of Holby City in itself. Because there's always some woman crying as the nurse is about to put a needle in. And you think, fuck me, love, the nurse ain't that ugly. And, but they're normally, like, yelling and screaming because they're afraid of the needles. And they work such a flurry. Oh my god, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna really, really hurt! So the nurse in office reassuring words. Don't worry, it's going to be fine, it's for a good cause. And eventually the woman calms down. So what I do, for my own amusement, is yell, that needle's huge! I've not seen someone sweat so much as Jimmy Carr got caught for tax evasion. And once the machine's done, what it does is it bleeps. And when I first heard this, I thought it was a fat person reversing. And as it turns out, it was. I mean, it was a treacle, so... And so what the treacle then does is take out the needle and put on the plaster. And as she was doing this, I thought I'd ask what to do with the blood. And she said they put it in packets and they freeze it for when it's ready for use. I went, oh, so it's not what I thought then. And they use it as face paint at children's festivals. She seemed genuinely horrified that I discovered her plan. What the nurse will then do is give you a biscuit and tell you to go sit down in another seating area, which I found a bit patronising, to be honest, because I basically feel like I'm a dog who's been told he's a good boy. I mean, and it's doubly annoying because in America, if you donate blood, you get money. But over here, you get a biscuit. I don't know about Scotland, perhaps you get some heroin or something. And the reason why they give you the biscuit is because they want you to keep up your strength, and they tell you to take on plenty of fluids to stop you from feeling faint and dizzy. which is always handy, because I was planning on having 6 points of Stella after giving blood. And so since I was sitting there being a good little dog, I thought I'd ask him how they plan to raise the number of blood donations. And the nurse said they plan on targeting more 16 to 24-year-olds, because these are the people, these people are the future of blood donation. Unless of course they die, in which case they're people with domestic abuse. Now, I think they're aiming their target audience wrong. Alright? I think they should target specific demographics. Like if they want more fat people to donate, they should perhaps offer a chance to win a trip to Grace. If they want anorexic people to donate, they should highlight the importance of having blood being taken from them by a needle rather than having cough it up. Or at the very least, provide an area where they can go throw up after. And for dwarfs, they should highlight the fact they've just got high chairs. It's just simple. And now I've been asked to spread the word about blood donation, and I think I have, so go on, give blood, be a hero, and have a cheap night out. Bye, Jack. Thank you.